I've spent the last 20 years analyzing the global restaurant business from the inside out. I've studied the consumer habits and actions that feed this business every day. Innovation is found in places where few might look. It's where the real heartbeat of the restaurant business lies. Sometimes it's beneath the known Michelin stars or the glitz and the glamour of the posh addresses of the best restaurant districts in the business. I'm Paul Barron, and this is my show. And I'm in search of amazing food, stellar service, and that unforgettable experience. Welcome to Table 42. At a place called Mopho in the mid-cities of New Orleans. Now, when you think about culinary in Louisiana, you probably think French Quarter. This chef has taken it outside the quarter and he's bringing in some interesting flavors from the Mekong Delta and kind of fusing it with the Mississippi Delta. So here on the specials tonight, we've got pepper jelly braised cedar key clams. Okay, I'm not into clams tonight. Slow roasted lamb neck and beaten green curry, smoked tofu, and Creole cream cheese roti. Okay, that's got to be the one. I think the lamb neck. I'm a big lamb lover.
Curry lamb neck.
Ooh, lamb neck. Wow, this looks amazing. Good, all right, chef. So, I was here the other night.
Yep.
Got a chance to try your lamb. Amazing curry dish. Really had some fun with that, and really interesting ingredients. And of course, here in the layout of your kitchen. First, thanks for letting us come into Mopho and really explore the culinary scene here.
You're most welcome. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So, chef, before we get started, hey, tell me a little bit about kind of how you got in the business. You guys are 9 months old now.
Well, I've been in the business for a long time, but then I was running a fine dining restaurant for 10 years. I was the chef de cuisine for 5 years.
Right.
White tablecloth all the way down, gang service, fun stuff. But then, wanted to do something a little more casual and kind of wanted it to make almost an industry-centric restaurant.
Okay.
So in the industry here, when we all have our days off, the line cooks, the servers, we all get together and we go to the really authentic Thai and Vietnamese restaurants in New Orleans because we have a huge Thai and Vietnamese population here.
So this alignment of the Mekong Delta, the Mississippi Delta, you kind of talked a little bit about this connection. It's kind of like a kindred spirit.
Well, it is because we were both French colonies, and so we have a lot of those influences. Appreciation for the whole pig, appreciation for great seafood and shellfish. The climates are very similar, and it just works.
Yeah. And you're going to go into a lot of these culinary aspects of what you guys have done to construct a really unique menu. So what are we starting with?
So we're going to do one of our signature dishes, which is our pepper jelly braised clams.
Okay.
And if you were in Southeast Asia, they would do it with a pepper jam, where they use palm sugar and really spicy peppers, and they cook them down with garlic and ginger and galangal and make this amazing jam. But we're in South Louisiana.
Yeah.
In South Louisiana, I grew up eating pepper jelly.
Sourcing tough for you guys? Since you're really trying to align it, or are you just trying to...
Sourcing is simple down here.
Awesome.
Our weather is so perfect for we work with as many local farms as we can. And then being able to work with these local farms, the urban farms, as well as there's a large community of Vietnamese in what's called the New Orleans East area.
Right.
And what they've done is, after Katrina, they started buying up all the lots next to their houses and making farms.
Oh.
And so they're actually
growing your own herbs.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you obviously are crafting this menu through the seasons,
right?
Kind of matching it with what's available here.
Exactly.
But, is that tough? Trying to align that, but yet still keep it with the Vietnamese kind of a flair.
I've always said that cooking with the seasons is like cheating.
Yeah.
It limits your sort of ability to drive yourself crazy.
Right.
With
too many options.
You're driving yourself to that fringe where you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? We can go out there and say, okay, well, we have this to work with.
Beautiful.
And it really just, it forces you to focus and makes it a lot easier.
So you want to go plate it?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
So we got our clams.
Beautiful.
Lots of mint.
Great. So obviously, the Chinese donuts just kind of use that to soup up that nice broth.
That's it. And the best part about it is, and as we serve this more and more, the broth itself is just like soup.
Yeah.
You know, we don't overly reduce it. It stays really light, and you could really, it'd be perfect on a cold day just as a soup to restore
Yeah,
you.
yeah, absolutely. All right, chef, so here we are, and now it's on dish 2.
All right.
Pork jowl.
Pork jowl. So a friend of mine who raises hogs on the north shore of the lake, they're a Berkshire Duroc blend. They provide me with all these beautiful jowls, and I love this process called nem in Southeast Asian culture, where they actually rice ferment.
Right, so you mentioned the actual breed of the pig there.
Oh yeah.
Which is Berkshire and
Duroc.
Duroc, which is the red pig.
Right.
Is there a difference in the way the jowls come out of different breeds of pigs?
When you have those two pigs, the good thing is you have this really beautiful meat, but then you have this really good fat to meat ratio.
Ah.
So we have an apple turnip puree. Now that we're getting into fall, I got a friend of mine who forages apples from the Georgia Blue Ridge Mountains.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of that.
So is this a play on like a charcuterie?
You could say that, because we don't really do charcuterie platters here. And then I like to do an actual composed dish, as opposed to just giving you a whole bunch of assortments of pickles and butters and different kinds of charcuterie.
I like that.
I like to showcase one thing that we put a lot of care into.
All right, chef, so here we are now on dish number 3.
So this is our Somtam salad.
Yeah.
It's a play on the traditional Thai papaya salad. But what we do is with everything local.
Right.
So instead of using papaya, we actually are going to use what's called kukutsu squash. And then as we move into fall, it's going to switch to either spaghetti squash or acorn squash. And then as we move into spring, it'll become kohlrabi. And then it'll come back around and it'll be kukutsu squash again in the summer.
Gorgeous.
So it's literally whatever we have at our hands coming out of our farms. So in the traditional way, every time someone orders one, we make it to order. So whole clove of garlic.
Hand make the vinaigrette.
Every time.
All right, this is going to be fun.
So whole clove of garlic, a little bit of Thai chili. 3 is usually a good amount. And then we have a little bit of palm sugar to round out all that heat. And then one thing that we do a little different is we use Vietnamese style sweet fermented sausage, which really adds a complex flavor to the dish.
Yeah. I had a taste of that. That's kind of smooth. It doesn't have an overall kick, but it's got a great blend to it.
I love it.
Yeah.
It just adds another layer of complexity. A farm that's out of Mississippi raises peanuts.
Okay.
And so we do a yellow pepper and peanut puree.
Oh, nice.
So we roast the peanuts, we roast the peppers, put them together, kind of mimic some of the flavors of the traditional Somtam. It becomes just our seasonal house salad, but it's just to such another level as opposed to just throwing some greens on a plate. So when you get it all together, every time you take a bite, you get something different. That's the idea.
Beautiful. So, chef, let's step out front, kind of talk a little bit about kind of what is making this restaurant really kind of blend with the local community, and really kind of what's making it so popular here in New Orleans. So this can be fun. All right, chef, so I got a chance to come in the other night, had a great time with your menu and really explored, the lamb dish was what drew us in and said, wow, this is, we gotta go talk to the chef about this.
Very cool.
And had fun in the kitchen. It was really fun kind of understanding what you're doing with kind of this culinary spin on Southeast Asian with, a tie into this Bayou country cuisine here. So
that's the idea.
Great job.
Thank you.
Beautiful work on those menu items. So your food is one of the reasons that drew us to your restaurant, From Foodable. We look at these top rankings of our 25 restaurants in each one of our cities. But New Orleans is on the map now, of course, always has been. We roll out our top 25 list, and you guys were number 3 on our food sentiment side. So congrats on that.
That's pretty cool and unexpected, so that's nice to know.
What do you think is drawing the consumer in to love this kind of this spin on what you're doing? Because you're in a pretty strong culinary culture here.
Right. I hope to guess that it's the fact that because I grew up here, and I did spend a lot of time in fine dining, that I'm hoping that we're able to sort of find that niche where we invite in the locals with things that they're comfortable with, and then sort of, while they're here, show them things that they weren't quite used to, but make them identifiable.
And a very nice, relaxed atmosphere. You guys don't take reservations, so it's one of those places that you feel very, kind of drawn to, not pretentious.
We wanted to be a neighborhood gem at the end of the day. We wanted to be a spot that the locals could go to. We're open all day. We don't close, so people can come in at any time. At the off-peak hours if they want to just relax and sit at the bar and have good cocktails and have good food. And we wanted to be that spot that was a go-to for anyone at any time. New Orleans has to grow now. Because part of that love of our culture was sort of keeping us back before the storm, and the storm kind of woke us up, and now we have to let it progress. And I'm hoping that's what a lot of us, the chefs like me who grew up here and then left and traveled abroad and then came back. I'd like to think that's what we're a part of now.
Yeah,
is changing that cuisine, letting it evolve. Keeping it true to its roots, but seeing where it'll go if you kind of let it out of the cage a little.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea.
Definitely writing a new page, for sure, in the city of New Orleans cuisine. So, well, you guys have been a great joy. We've had a blast here at Mopho, looking at some very interesting cuisine in the heart of New Orleans here in Mid-Cities. So thanks for letting us stop in on another episode
I
of
appreciate
Table 42.
Thank you so much.
It's awesome.
Definitely.